Hello, welcome to my channel. Let's dive into the world of the best museums ever in USA. The best United States museums spotlight the ever-growing plethora of reasons to love our patchwork nation. For starters, whether you're cruising down a scenic 32-mile stretch of a highway that doubles as a sculpture park, or beholding a 2.5 billion-year-old rock record, these destinations are easily some of the most beautiful places in America. And it doesn't hurt that many sit at the doorstep of our majestic national parks, or within some of our finest metropolises. If you're looking for a cerebral, creative, fun for all ages way to tour through the nation's best cities and most charming towns, plan your journey by road tripping your way through our picks of the best United States museums, with a selection for each state plus Washington, D.C. These picks are sorted in alphabetical order by home state for ease of perusal. Birmingham Museum of Art, Alabama. Birmingham has arrived. Again. It's a destination for historic architecture, old theaters, James Beard Award-winning Southern food. And one of the best samples of the local culture is the city's Museum of Art. The museum is home to over 24,000 pieces from American, indigenous, pre-Columbian, Asian, African, and European cultures. While you could stick to the classics here, the museum has a fine collection of Renaissance and academic art. We recommend stretching your legs out in the Charles W. Ireland Sculpture Garden. In an effort to make art more accessible to the blind and vision impaired, the garden features several sculptures meant to be touched. Anchorage Museum, Alaska. If you've come to Alaska knowing nothing about the 49th state, the Anchorage Museum is a good place to start. Exhibits distill the historical, cultural, political, social, and artistic elements that have gone into making the last frontier what it is. The flagship exhibition is in the Alaska Exhibition, which houses more than 600 Alaska Native pieces, ranging from Tlingit war helmets to Inupiaq feast bowls. Be sure to check out the Art of the North galleries, with paintings, photography, sculptures, video, and more aimed at offering a glimpse into what life in the international North has been like throughout time. Musical Instrument Museum, Arizona. This expansive museum in the desert right off of the North Phoenix Highway is a paean to world music. Inside the Musical Instrument Museum's tall sandstone walls, 8,000-plus instruments from some 200 countries await, all packed into galleries forking from a central corridor. As you stroll through wearing headphones, you hear the sounds of the instruments you pass. Videos play, too, showing how people play instruments in their countries of origin. Other highlights: the museum has rooms for kids, displays instruments actually played by artists like Johnny Cash, and hosts concerts. Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, Arkansas. Bentonville probably isn't the next Chelsea, but art lovers have had new reason to visit Northwest Arkansas since the 2011 opening of the blockbuster Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, bankrolled by billionaire Alice Walton and stocked with works from names like Thomas Hart Benton, Mark Rothko, and Andy Warhol. Chicago's Wheeler Kearns architects transformed this former Kraft cheese factory into a multifunctional venue that caters to the visual, performing, and even culinary arts. Some 24,000 square feet are earmarked for galleries, and the campus is engulfed in 120 acres of Ozarks forest. Just stopping by. Peruse the Kasama Garden on the Orchard Trail, which is totally the Getty Center, California. The Getty has established itself as the nexus of Los Angeles art, and its palatial grounds reflect that. Perched atop a hill in the Brentwood neighborhood of West Los Angeles, with 360-degree views, the Richard Meyer architected space is a perfect union of medieval castle and rigorous academia. Floating bridges connect marble buildings, and you're never too far from a burbling fountain. And of course, the garden, built by legendary Southern Californian artist Robert Irwin, is a magical place to reset once you've had art overload. The museum's collection is vaunted. In fact, few collections in the world match up to the mix of ancient and modern. Seeking 2,500-year-old Etruscan statues, Van Gogh's irises, delicate and rare illuminated manuscripts, 20th-century photography from the likes of Robert Mapplethorpe and Walker Evans. The Getty has it all. Denver Museum of Nature and Science, Colorado. While families come here regularly to keep the kiddos happy, this Denver museum is best known for its blockbuster exhibitions that drive traffic. You can expect ticketed and timed temporary exhibitions that showcase everything from the treasures of China to the culture of Cuba. Past hits include the Dead Sea Scrolls, like the actual scrolls. The permanent collection, much like the space, is varied and massive. There's a giant dinosaur skeleton that rises high above in the main lobby, and you can learn all you want about outer space and the human body. Mark Twain House, Connecticut. The Mark Twain House and Museum in Hartford, Connecticut, is where the plucky humorist and his family lived from 1874 to 1891, a time Twain would later call the happiest and most productive years of his life. The Victorian Gothic abode was built to the exact specifications of Twain, aka Samuel Clemens, and his wife, Livy. Upon its completion, the author remarked that it is a home, and the word never had so much meaning before. Throughout the year, the museum presents an array of talks and exhibits, including Presidential Mark Twain, a collection of the many comments, good and bad, Twain made about various presidents, and what they said about him. Hagley Museum, Delaware. Sitting on the banks of Brandywine Creek, Hagley was initially established in 1802 as a gunpowder works by E.I. DuPont. The museum today reflects these roots as an early institution of American industry. The collection includes letters, records, and artifacts that paint a portrait of the intersection between technology and business. Don't miss the Nation of Inventors exhibit, or the Powder Yard outside. Kennedy Space Center, Florida. The Kennedy Space Center was most famously the launch pad for the Apollo 11 mission to the Moon in 1969. Today the complex welcomes around 1.5 million visitors a year, and encompasses more than 130 square miles. One of the main draws here is the actual space shuttle, the Atlantis Orbiter, which goes hand in hand with the shuttle launch experience, an immersive simulator. It's a comprehensive space experience, with real-life artifacts and spacecraft mixed in with impressive multimedia presentations. The world of Coca-Cola, Georgia. Coca-Cola was invented in downtown Atlanta by pharmacist John S. Pemberton in 1886, and this is the brand's temple, a 92,000 square foot interactive museum that's drawn more than 25 million caffeine-seeking visitors since 1990. Its most memorable elements. In the 4D theater, you'll feel like you're riding through a Coke-themed world, with fizzy bubbles popping against your skin. You can also test your strength on an old-fashioned manual bottling machine. Tougher than it sounds, it takes more than 700 pounds of pressure to cap one bottle. And, of course, there's a tasting room where you can try more than 100 Coca-Cola sodas from around the world. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more on